49-31, 4 minutes, 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Second one on the way. It, too, is good. So Sean Powell on the board with his first 2 of the night. 49-32, down to 17 now.
Well, the problem you have if you're Lawrenceburg is it's a Winchester team that it's difficult to speed up. It's difficult to turn them over.
Ward, open.
As I say that.
Pass that he probably didn't need to make.
Right.
I mean, he was open from 8. That's a good look. Finished that out, and Winchester turns it over. The
Isn't that
error.
how it works, though? As soon as I say it's difficult to turn them over, they turn them over.
Right.
You can tell it's tournament time, too, Mark, by looking around, seeing the college coaches in attendance.
Yeah. Powell to Jim Fair. 4 minutes to play in the third. Powell on the drive. They'll look down low. Don't know where that was going, but it was last touched by Winchester nonetheless.
Well, just good defensive effort to slide back, rotate, and get the hand on the ball. Tyler Cook back in, just a little rest. Again, you see liberal substitutions. You like what Chip Mahaffey does with his kids. He's 9, 10, 11 deep and goes to the bench and doesn't hesitate.
Almost a turnover. Powell gathers it in. Throwing it up in the double team. Throwing it up a little short is Belmer.
Oh, I thought he had
everything
it.
going off the front of the rim. That's that fatigue factor you're talking
Exactly.
about, Coach.
Just thought he had it. Just didn't go.
3.5 to play in the quarter. This little exhibition of ball handling out of Brock Ward. Tyler Cook. Cross courts it. Morrison's 3. Yes.
Great technique. Just a great skip pass. But you already saw Morrison, rock back on that right foot so that when he had the catch, he's getting ready to step into the shot, which is just exactly how you teach it.
Lawrenceburg, some trouble. Cook with the steal, lets the traffic clear, throws it up and in. Tyler Cook, 21 points now.
But again, you got Tyler Cook comes off the bench, he's fresh. It's that substitution. You've gone to the bench, you've been able to bring guys in, give them some time, and look what happens.
Timeout on the floor, 54-32. They had it down to 17. Winchester comes storming right back. 3:05 left in the third quarter. Back after this on IHSAA Sports.org. 4A regional winners, South Bend Riley, Marion over Newcastle in overtime. Brownsburg upends Carmel 63-59. Brownsburg took a miracle to get them there. They survived a scare from Decatur Central. Evansville Wrights and New Albany hook up tonight. Plymouth a winner, Harding. Rushville and Batesville playing tonight. Washington beating Evansville Memorial. Westview over Culver. Lures over Northview. Lures pounded Tippin 74-62 in a bit of a surprise. Modern Day, Triton, Lafayette Central Catholic, Lutheran, all winners. Borden and Orleans squaring off tonight.
How about there's some great teams now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great teams.
Three-pointer the other way. A bright spot, Doug Seymour with 12.
Hey, great timeout. Come out, knock down 3. Hopefully gives you a lift.
Winchester in transition, in some trouble. Throwing it up in traffic, going to the line for 2 will be Brock Morrison.
Well, they got Morrison locked up right on the block and let him out. Had him right where they wanted him. But again, you got to string together some defensive stops if you're Lawrenceburg to get back into this game.
Morrison at the line, 7 points he's given them off the bench. Nice lift, as if they needed it. Little short there. Well, Coach, one of the great careers in the history of high school basketball came to a close at Seymour. Evansville Wrights beating Terre Haute North 73-44. Jim Jones closes out his 45th season with a record of 680 and 381. He won 369 games and did get a sectional championship as a retirement gift.
Well, he squeezed everything out of that last year he could, Mark. You win the sectional, you lose to a very good team, but in the history of our game in this state, he clearly is one of those guys who goes down as one of the all-time great coaches.
Wish him a long and happy retirement.
There's no question.
And a healthy one.
And the other part, and we said this before, a great guy.
Yep.
Just a great guy.
Nice pass down low diagonally. Ball never touched the floor until it got to Morrison underneath the bucket. And he was there, little head and shoulders fake, and he's rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
Well, again, it's a Winchester team handles the ball pretty well, and Lawrenceburg doing what they have to do, playing the way they have to play. It's just that I think the fatigue has hit them hard, and you're also playing against a very good basketball team.
Free throw good. Morrison with 8, the 6'1 senior. He and Levi Cross with 21 points off the bench for Chip Mahaffey. Again, as we mentioned, Coach Mahaffey guiding eminence in Cambridge City Lincoln before landing in Winchester, and I think he found a home when he went to Winchester.
Yeah, I think he did.
Morrison good on both free throws. He has 9.
Come up with their press at the half court, try to make you work to get it in, still in it, make you use time.
Three-pointer, long by Seymour. Weak side rebound, controlled by Morrison. Maggart lets the traffic clear and hits a layup. Little things, just little things.
Well, everything going their way now. I mean, everything. But they've worked hard to get themselves to that point where it's all seeming to go their way. 2
minutes left in the third quarter. 58-35. That's right, 58-35. And again, folks, this is a battle of 21-3 basketball teams. Snyder's shot won't fall. Rebound to Clayton Briggs. Briggs runs it ahead to Brock Ward. Ward, little stop and go. Sees the baseline open up. The kick in the corner. Morrison's three. No. Fighting for the rebound, keeping it alive, knocking it in is Briggs. Cross kept it alive.
Yes,
Briggs
he did.
Finished it.
Yes, he did. I mean, just, again, we said it. Everything going their way. Right place, right time. Working hard, keeping the ball alive. Clayton Briggs, the recipient of a nice opportunity.
Sean Snyder picks up the personal, and that will put it into his night. I think that's number 5 on him.
Yep.
You know, you might say they're getting some lucky bounces, lucky breaks, and lucky rolls, but they're prepared.
I think you're right.
I mean, and what's the old saying? Luck is the residue of preparation. No doubt about that.
How about you pulling out the Bartlett's quotation?
I read that somewhere.
Going to the Bartlett's book of quotes.
I think there was a history. I think there was a history of sports class at IUPUI that a student took that class and shared that with me.
We're on spring break right now.
It was a little pearl of wisdom they got from the professor that teaches that class.
That would be the only pearl they may have received. Tyler Cook getting a well-deserved break. What more can you ask? The thing now is, if you're thinking, winner of this game obviously has to have the short preparation week for the semi-state, which is kind of an unprecedented type of situation. Doesn't happen very often. So, you got to think ahead. You got to win this ball game, obviously, but now you got to get right back on it.
(60-35) your score. 56 seconds left in period number 3.
That bench continues to revolve. That revolving door is working still at Winchester. In, out. What you like, though, is how the kids respond to it. They're not bothered at all by it. Oh, great play on the inbound by Levi Cross. Just stepped across.
Wickersham, the cross court. Deep three-pointer, nothing but net. Levi Cross with 16.
How about Wickersham? Shot fake. He's spotted up at 3, has a look, gives it to his buddy, Levi Cross, who did the work to get the ball on the inbound pass.
Lawrenceburg answers with 3 by Sean Powell. He has 5.
That there have not been that many opportunities, unfortunately, for Lawrenceburg.
Ball tapped out of bounds, last touched by the Tigers. No, they say Winchester. They say Lawrenceburg.
Well, man, oh man.
It just looked like a bad pass from here.
It looked to me like it was a bad, we had a great angle, and it didn't look like a good pass at all.
63-38, 15 seconds left. Lawrenceburg going to stiffen up the defensive pressure a little bit to keep them from running out the clock. Haney drives to the bucket and finishes.
How about him? How about the junior? Just stepped through, felt the contact, had the angle. No one stopped him.
Floating one up in traffic. Sean Powell misfires. We've played 3 quarters of basketball. Winchester about 8 minutes away from punching their ticket to the semi-state. 65-38 your score at the end of 3. Back after this on IHSAA Sports.org.